Yes, guys, welcome to our today's class. So if it's your first time, my name is Issa Ngoie. This is our lesson number 5 for our CCNA 1 training. Remember, this particular training, it's for junior technicians. After you finishing CCNA 1, you can move to CCNA 2. That is like for intermediate level. And the last one, it's for Cisco engineer. That's going to be the last one, CCNA 3. And so if you didn't register yet, you need to contact me via email or via WhatsApp in order for me to register you. Remember, we do have only 10 lessons in order for you to be qualified for your certifications. You have your registration. You need to go to Cisco platform, NetaCard, and start passing the exams. But for now, don't worry, you need first to master the concept of networking and master some of the concepts in order for you to start writing your exams. So don't worry, listen or watch my lessons and do whatever that we are doing. So today we are going to talk about DHCP server, and we are going to talk about a few things about wireless. So we are going to practice a bit about what we call DHCP server, and we are going to practice a bit about wireless access point or wireless in general, all right? So let's start first with DHCP, right? Yeah, let me change to black. Okay, so when we are talking about a DHCP server, DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, right? So DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, right? This is just the meaning. Now, because we are talking about a DHCP server, what does it mean now? Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol server. What does it mean, right? So, yeah, I'm facing difficulty when it comes to clicking. Okay. So when we are talking about a DHCP server, we are talking about a computer program that will distribute IP addresses automatically. So it's a computer program that will distribute like IP, like addresses automatically to devices, like computers and so on. So when we are talking about a DHCP server, we are talking about a computer program that will distribute IP addresses automatically to devices. You understand? So it's like a server, like a computer or a program that will distribute the IP addresses automatically to other devices. All right? Now we're going to talk about, so you can also call it a protocol. So it's a protocol that will distribute like IP addresses like, automatically to devices. Okay, let's talk about some of the benefits, right? Why we need it? This is the question. Why do we need this particular DHCP server, right? For reducing error. So guys, you as a network engineer, there is no need for you to go to every computer, to every camera, to every printer to start punching the IP addresses. You understand? Because when you are doing it manually, you are going to make mistakes, right? So it's for reducing error. Number two, reducing time. Remember, guys, you can have 1,000 computers, 5,000 devices in your company. So are you going to go to every device like punching your IPs? No. you will need something like a server, like a DHCP server that will allow you to distribute those IPs. The only thing that you will need, you just go to your computer, to that particular server, you activate it, you configure it, right? So from the basic level, guys, we need a DHCP server for reducing the error of punching IP addresses, for reducing the errors, for reducing the error when giving the IP addresses, reducing time also, right? So you can also say that DHCP server does what? It distributes dynamically. So it's also dynamic allocation of IP like addresses, right? So guys, very easy for you to understand, right? So now how to configure that particular DHCP server. But before even moving there, guys, you need to understand this. You need to understand that a DHCP server can be, number one, a software. A software or computer program. Number two, so it can be a computer. A computer, right? Number two, it can be a device. A device such as a router that we are going to see later on, right? So guys, when we are talking about a DHCP server, you need to understand that like a DHCP server can be a software, or maybe it can be another computer, or it can be a device such as a router. But for what? For distributing the IP addresses automatically. Why? For reducing your time and for reducing the errors. Even for management, better management of IPs, right? Now, guys, remember, we call it like a DHCP server because it gives. You understand? A server will give. You understand? Now, let's go to practicals. I will show you how you can configure a DHCP server. You just go to packet tracer, guys. Let me first move my. Okay. You have your computers, maybe 3 computers, it can be 100. You have your switch, you click on switches, right? Now you will need a server. You will need one computer that will distribute the IP to others, to those 3 computers. So you must click to computer here. This time around, you must take the generic. Generic, this is the server, right? Remember, like a server is just a computer, right? One of the computer of your company, you can make it a server. Now, you need to run your keyboards. Remember, when you are connecting different devices like computers to switch, you need a straight keyboard. So you click on connections, you go to straight, you plug to the network interface card, you go to your switch. For now, you can plug to any port beside the console, right? So you do the cabling basically, right? So even if, guys, you got like thousands of computers and so on, you do the same. You run your cables. But because it's a lesson, I want to make it short. So I cannot put more computers. But if you understand this concept here, you can add more computers. And I want to see you guys like practicing with more computers. For the first time, you can do it with 3, and you can start adding computers and you add switches, right? Now, what are the steps, guys, that you will need, like in order for this computer to become a DHCP server, right? You must always check, guys. You can see here, you can make some notes. So we want it to become a DHCP server, right? So it depends of which versions of packet tracer you are using. Some of the versions you must check on top here. It says not, and you click there. So what you're gonna do, you just click like on top of it. The server by itself must have an IP address, a manual IP. So if your DHCP server, so it's a router or wireless access point, that router must have a manual IP. You need to give it an IP address. Don't worry about the IP address. There's a lesson where I'm going to explain everything, how to choose like an IP address, where those IP addresses are coming from. For now, don't worry. You're going to master everything. So you go to desktop, we are going to give it an IP address, 192.168.1.2 maybe. Yes. Remember, like an IP address must always go together with what we call a subnet mask. No need to worry, you are going to master them. So your DHCP server must have an IP address, like manual IP. Don't give to those ones. You only give first to this one, right? Now, when you are done, you go again to your server. This time around, don't go to desktop, you go to services. Remember, this is a server. This computer will have so many functions, so many services. It's your job now to choose which service you want your computer, your server to perform. For now, we want a DHCP. So you go to DHCP, you only click once. When you click it once, you need to put it on. You need to activate your DHCP from your router, from your wireless access point. You put it on, right? When your DHCP is on, you can give it a name here. You can say CCNA 1 class. You understand? You can give it a name, right? Now, from here, they will ask you, what's gonna be the first IP that's gonna be given to your devices? You can say, okay, my first IP that's gonna be given is gonna be like 192, like 168.1.3, right? Now, maximum number of users. How many users can get your IPs? You can specify it here, right? You can specify it here. So guys, you go to your server, you activate, you look for services, you activate your DHCP, you choose the first IP that's gonna be given, 192.168.1.3, because we already took 2, right? And you choose how many users can get the IP address, and you click on add, right? When you add it here, you select it again. After selecting, you save. You understand? You can see it here. So you add first and you save, right? And when you are done now, you just go to your server room, you go to your server, you activate, or maybe to your router or your wireless access point, you activate DHCP. When you activate that service, first you give it an IP address, your router or your wireless access point, and you activate the DHCP. The last step, you need to go to every computer, like here. You click, you go to desktop, you go to IP. This time around, don't type it manually. You're gonna say, hey, man, you must get your IP from the boss, from the server. So how you need to tell your computer how to get the IP. So you must go to DHCP. You see? And this computer will request the IP address. You can see it's coming. The first it was it's .3. And you go to all the computers, you do the same. You go to IP, you request from the server. You do again, you go to this one, you do the same, you request, right? So, and you can try to test the connectivity. You go to command prompt, you can ping the server. See if that computer can communicate with the server. Yes, you can see packet sent 4, received 4, right? So this is how, guys, you can configure a DHCP server. Remember, guys, we are not connected because we always give people like our password, like Wi-Fi password. No, After giving someone a Wi-Fi password, what's next? That phone or that tablet must get an IP address from your wireless access point, from your modem. But how they gonna get it? Because the DHCP server from your modem or from your router is on. So if you go to your router, you put it off. You can give your friend your password, your Wi-Fi password. The guy won't gonna be connected because we are connected because we can get IPs from the wireless access point, from the servers. But if we can put the IP addresses or DHCP from the server off, nobody will get an IP address and nobody will be connected because the only things that can make us connected is an IP address. You understand? So, and when you disable your DHCP server, what's going to happen? It means that if someone want to be connected, you must punch the Wi-Fi password and you must also punch the IP address manually for them. You understand? Now, you as a specialist, guys, you need to know in which case you need to activate your DHCP and in which case you cannot activate it. Remember, guys, like a restaurant, maybe you have a free Wi-Fi for your restaurant, right? Because it's a free Wi-Fi for your restaurant, you cannot allow like uh, like people to bring their devices and you can go there and punch the IP addresses manually. No, this is waste of time because the free Wi-Fi by the restaurant, you can put the DHCP on, right? It can be a restaurant, it can be like an area, like a government area. It depends to the business. If you want users to be connected without your effort, you can activate the DHCP, you can put it on, right? But if you put it off, it depends also. There are some cases where you don't want in your company, like people to be connected without your permissions. You can just put it off, right? So this is how you have to do it. So suppose like your company is growing, right? If your company is growing, there are more workers, you can maybe you add a new switch, you purchase other computers, right? And you connect those computers to the switch. So you run your cables, right? And remember now you wanna connect those two switches because if you don't connect them, how they're gonna get the IP from the server? They need to be connected. Remember, switch to switch, it crossover. When you are connecting the same devices, you need a crossover cable. But later on, we are going to see that new switches can understand. There's no need for new switches to use a crossover or copper, even computers. They can understand, they can auto sense by themselves and swipe the pins. But don't worry for now. You take a crossover, yes, understand. But remember, when it's still like orange, you must wait until it's going to be green, all right? Because if you try to test your connectivity for now, it won't gonna work, right? You need to wait when it's gonna be green, right? So you want these guys to get the IP from the server, right? So we're just waiting for it to be green, and we are going to go to every computer. And okay, now it's green. You go to every computer, you go to desktop, you go to IP, and you choose DHCP. You tell the computer, request your IP from your father. You see the IP is coming. You go here, you do the same, right? Okay, you can also like test the connectivity. So if that computer can communicate with the server, you can see that the connectivity is perfect, right? Yes. So guys, now see like maybe your company got 2,000 workers, more than 2,000 computers or devices. What you're gonna do, you got your IT department, you have some of the IT guys there. You can just configure the server and you just send your other technicians. Guys, go to every computer. What you need to do, just go to IP addresses, you click on dynamic, right? So I will show you how to do it, guys. So if you are using a physical computer, Very easy. You just come here to your wireless signal, or maybe if you are using a cable, there is that small screen. You right click, guys. So if you have problems about networks, you go to your wireless signal, or you're wired, you right click. You can also go to search, you just type networks. Okay, you go to open network and sharing center. So this one I'm just showing you how you can go when you're using a physical computer. And when you click there, when you are here, guys, you click on change adapter settings, right? And when you click there, you see here, those are the adapter that allows my computer to be connected. This is for Wi-Fi and this is for cable. But for now, I'm using the wireless. Maybe I wanna check my IPs from the wireless. This is where I'm gonna go. But if it's for cabling, you're gonna go to this Ethernet. You must always know which one I wanna fix, which one I wanna troubleshoot, right? When you're in front of a computer, you have to know how this computer is connected. It's connected using wireless or it's connected using cable. If it's cable, you're gonna come to Ethernet. This is where you are going to fix your problems. But if it's for wireless, you must go to wireless adapter. So it's just a component that allows your computer to be connected wirelessly. This Ethernet, it's also an adapter that allows your computer to be connected to other networks using cable. For now, you go to wireless, you just right click and you go to properties, right? And when you are here, you just double click like here, the Internet Protocol version 4, you double click. And when you double click, you see here, like obtain IP address, like automatically. This is where you are going to click and the IP will come, right? But most of the time, guys, like in networking or IT, you don't need to memorize things, but you have to know what you need to do. Suppose like you are dealing with networks or wireless networks, you wanna go to the network like adapters, right? But that computer may be using a different operating system. Maybe it's a Mac, right? What you must do now, you can just go to the internet. You ask, okay, this is Windows 11, how to go to the network adapter. They will give you the steps, right? No need really to memorize, but you have to know the concepts are very important. Like when I'm dealing with wireless, I have to go to this network adapter. When I'm dealing with cabling, I have to go to this network adapter, right? So guys, we spoke about a DHCP server and how to configure a DHCP server, and I show you what you have to do. Please make it big, right? And if you are using a version 6 of Packet Tracer or other versions, you can check here on top here, guys. There's somewhere where you can draw some of the things in order to separate the colors. For these old versions, so I will also put the new version so that you can start learning like in both. You can just come here, you click, and you go to draw rectangle. You click once, and you can go where it says fill color, right? And select maybe your color, and you say, okay, you see? So I can separate here. But if I want another color, I can take yellow. I can say like this. And like another color I want, I can say like this. So I can call this one marketing department. Maybe this one is a data center, right? And maybe this one is like HR department, right? Just a way, and when you are done, you must click on top here, right? Just a way to make it clean, right? That's a way to make it clean, because when you are designing your network, sometimes it's gonna be big, right? So this is, guys, how to configure a DHCP server that will allow you to distribute IP addresses automatically, right? So remember, you can do some of the configurations of your packet tracer. You just go to options, you go to preferences, Like fonts, you can configure some of the things, the colors, the router iOS text, you can change them from here, right? And like if you wanna save, you can come here, you save your work. Or if you want a new project, you can start a new project. And if you want to cancel something, you can just look for a course, you click on the course, and you can remove what you like. And when you are done, you must go up on select. But other versions, those functionalities, they are here, like on top here, right? Okay, let's talk about wireless now, right? So guys, we're gonna talk about wireless. First, I'm gonna explain from the simulator, right? How to use wireless devices or component from packet tracer. You just come down here, you look for wireless, you click on wireless devices. You can take this one with antennas, with two antennas. It's like a wireless router, right? Like your modem, it's a wireless router. Now, suppose like you want some of the laptops, so your laptops are there, so you wanna learn how to configure a wireless local area network or a wireless network. You got some of the laptops and you got some of the computers, right? So you see those laptops from the simulator side, the wireless is not activated. The wireless like adapter is not activated from the simulator. We need to install it first. So you click on top of it, you just go down. Your laptop must be off. You click here first, like it's off, right? Now you can remove this one. You just drag and drop it here. And you take the wireless one, you drag and drop it back. And when you are done, you must put it on again. Right? So you can see even the signal, the waves, the signal, it's showing like there's already some of the exchange of the signal, right? We can do the same here. You go here, desktop, physical, you just come down a bit, you switch it off first, you remove that adapter, you put a wireless one, and you bring it on, right? You do the same with this one also. You go to desktop, no physical, you put it off, you remove what is here, you put another one, and you bring it on also. Yes, you can do the same with what? With the desktop also. Remember, even your tower can be connected to your wireless access point. Some of the new towers can come with wireless like adapter, even the old ones, or you can purchase another one. Let's add one here. You click here. Oh, okay. I wanted this one. I want this one, not at the save, but let me put on this one. So you click on top of it, you put it off first here. It's gonna be off. You take this one out and you put this one. Done. Right? This is how to put, oh, let me see if oh, yeah, it was off. Okay, on. Yes. So guys, what does it mean? You got your laptops and there is a wireless access point there, or maybe there's a modem. Already, there is some of the connectivities, some of the links, some of the waves, right? There's some of the signals already. So what you need now to do, guys, because this one is going to be like your DHCP server, right? You are going to get the IP from this router, right? Let's check your IP. You must go to every computer, you go to desktop, you go to command prompt, you type this command, ipconfig. When you type your ipconfig, you see, you type like this one, the ipconfig. This is the command for checking your network configurations, right? This is the command for checking your network configurations for you to know which IP am I using. So my friend is giving me like a Wi-Fi password. Okay, I'm connected. Which IP am I using? Which IP am I getting from the modem or from the wireless access point? You go to command prompt, you type like ipconfig. So this is your IP address. This IP has been given by the wireless router. Why? Because remember, the DHCP is on from the router. If you go to the router, you put it off, nobody will get an IP address. And there's a subnet mask. And the very most important part is the default gateway. You see this IP? The default gateway is the IP address of the router. Like you have a modem. Somebody's connected like to that modem. It means that when my phone is connected to your modem, means your modem will give to me an IP address, a subnet mask, and a default gateway. The default gateway is the IP address of this modem. So if I want to talk to this modem, so I have to use that default gateway, right? Let's try to ping the default gateway. Let's try just to see, so if my computer can talk to the wireless router. Remember the command is ping 192.168.1 dot, no, it's dot 0, right? So you can see that the router can reply. Packet sent 4, received 4, lost 0. You sent 4 requests to the router and the router replied 4 times and it lost its 0, right? You can do the same. You can come to this one. You go to desktop, you wanna know the IP, you go to command prompt, you type like IP config and you press enter. You can see the IP address that was given by your router, the subnet mask, and the default gateway. Remember, the default gateway will be the same for everybody, right? So the default gateway is very important. This is the IP address of the router that will allow you to be connected to the internet or to other networks, right? Most of the time, maybe somebody's not connected because it's using a wrong default gateway. So you as an engineer, you need to understand, okay, this computer can talk to this other computer, but this computer is not connected to the internet. Why? So if they can communicate between them, so the IP address, their own IP addresses are correct. But if they cannot talk to the internet, means the default gateway, the IP address of the router may be wrong because locally they can communicate, but they cannot communicate to other networks. But which device will allow them to talk to other networks? It's a router. So the problem is from the router, right? And when you have an experience, you don't need, even when there is no connectivity, you will know straight that no. The problem is from the router. Let's go and check the router or wrong default gateway, right? So guys, this is how, because most of the time you are going to start like practicing mixing LAN networks and wireless networks. So you are going to mix networks that will have cabling and networks that will be using wireless. Remember, those are today's infrastructure, all right? Now, you are going to ask the question, how to access this wireless access point, like in order to configure it, right? For you to access this wireless access point, we are going to discuss about it, how to access it, and how to do basic configurations, right? So guys, for now, it's just a basic of DHCP saver and wireless access point. You can see you can bring wireless tablets, you can bring smart TVs and so on, right? And you're gonna see they are connected, right? So because you are free, you need to practice, do the same things as what I'm doing. More you are doing the labs, more you are going to understand better. So I don't want you to jump going to the platform and start writing the exam. So I want you first to master the practicals. When you master the practicals, the theory, the answer can be you can get answers. But if you don't know the work, it's really a problem, right? So slowly by slowly, this is video number 5. 5 videos left in order for you to be qualified for your certificate. Hopefully, you are going to watch and practice and start learning new exercises and try to make your design big and so on, right? Thank you very much. And we are going to move to lesson number 6. Maybe I can also upload it later today. Sure. Remember, if you are not registered, send me your email address and your WhatsApp number wherever you are in order for me to register you. And you are going to get a registration message from Cisco. And from that registration email, you just follow the instructions, right?